Alright, so there's really no way to go about this. It's gonna die regardless. I'm better off attacking the priestess. Now, if I could draw that Panther, it'd be really nice. Watcher Druid. You know, I think Watcher Druid is fine. We actually, I don't know if you saw, High, we played a Watcher Druid a few matches ago and beat it pretty badly, honestly. So with these Warlock decks, typically, I get down to about, usually 7 to 15 health, and then the game kind of stabilizes, and my late game wins out. So if I can draw the Panther right now, where I can buff all these minions, it's so good.
Put this apple on your head.
Why do you call?
That was unfortunate. But this is still pretty good. I mean, to be ahead in health against the aggro deck is nice. That was a good draw.
I must safeguard the land.
What do you think about that? So if I do 2 damage to the taunt minion, I'm gonna lose everything regardless. It doesn't matter.
I must safeguard
I
the
do.
land.
Normally I would make a 3-for-1 trade like that, but against the aggro warlock, it's just a good way to go.
My shield.
Nice. So my Black Knight is gonna come into play here. I could just swipe. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Black Knight.
None shall.
It also gets me a bigger minion on the field, which is nice. 2, 3. I'm just gonna hit him.
Feel nature's wrath.
Because I've got swipe next turn to clear those 1/1s. I'll take a couple more points of damage now. If he power overwhelmings or something,
We
that could
must
be bad.
cleanse the Sunwell.
Nice. So this is good. I want him to flood as much as many one. Because the swipe's gonna clear everything here. Well, there's the power overwhelming. Fine. All right, so Blood Mage Thalnos. Now we get 5 points of damage in as well. Yeah, the spell damage swipe. I love Thalnos. Thalnos is so nice.
Who dares summon me?
Well, I've got lethal damage if he doesn't take Thalnos out. Yeah, so this is 6, 7, and hero power is 8. That's game. So you see, I mean, this is again, that deck, that Warlock deck is the reason I tweaked my deck. Because I just got so tired of losing to the aggro deck. Yeah, Golden Oasis Snapjaw. It's kind of a weird Druid card, Druid Golden. But I guess they just spread the Goldens out among the different classes, the Golden Commons. So here, let me show you this deck real quick, Hyde, since you were asking about it. So, it's got some aspects of a ramp deck. You know, you've got the Innervates, you have Ancient of War, Ancient of Lore. It's definitely Force of Nature and Savage Roar combo, but it's got a lot more early game than a typical Druid deck. You have 2 Fairy Dragons, 2 Haunted Creepers, and 2 Power of the Wilds. And it's really the Haunted Creeper and Harvest Golem and Fairy Dragon and Power of the Wild. There's a lot of synergy in between those. The one thing I think I might change is I might take out the Innervates, but I do find that they are occasionally very useful. So I don't know what I would replace them with. I've considered Sinjin as a possibility, but I think for now, the deck's working pretty well the way it is. Violet Teacher instead of Fairy. I'm such a big fan of Fairy Dragon though, especially against the aggro decks, because they rely, like, you use Fairy Dragon in a Warlock, he can't Hellfire it, so he keeps taking damage, and he either has to trade, which kills the aggro, or he keeps taking damage, and then I get ahead on damage, or I get a good trade myself. So yeah, it is kind of a token deck a little bit. So Violent Teacher might not be a bad idea. Violent Teacher might not be a bad idea at all. Problem is I don't really have a ton of spells, right? I've got Wrath, Swipe, Innervate, but I wouldn't have Innervate if I put the Violet Teachers in. Wrath, Innervate, Wrath, Swipe. Yeah, I meant Soulfire, not Hellfire. Yeah, you're right. But I really don't have many spells in this deck, so I don't know that a Violet Teacher would really be that good. It's a very minion-heavy deck. And we have Savage Roar and... why do I keep forgetting the second half of the combo? Alright, my game is bugged. Because it's got... I think it's bugged. Yeah. Force of Nature. God, I can't remember that for some reason. Force of Nature. Force of Nature. Oh yeah, Power of the Wild is a spell. You're right about that. Ah! Alright, Hearthstone just crashed. So let's see if it'll come back up. That was interesting.
Busy night, but there's always room for another.
That was weird. I wonder, hey, Kaepernick and Holy Snowva, did y'all get dumped from the game as well, or is it just me? Ooh, I played tennis tonight, and my my wrist is killing me from serving. No crash for you, Holy Snowva? All right. Let me know. I just turned the fan on. Let me know if it's too loud, guys.
You asked for it.
Got a little bit of sunburn, and I'm feeling it for sure. Alright, so playing a mage. The only real mage decks I've seen lately are aggro mage, and this deck works well against aggro mage for the same reason it works well against aggro warlock. This is a good start. 2 Haunted Creepers will be nice. Yeah, I think so too, Hyde. I think Innervate should stay in. This is probably going to be a Knife Juggler or a Leopard Gnome. Oh, Fairy Dragon. Interesting. Alright. I haven't run into Freeze Mages lately, although one of my friends who was playing, actually my trainer at the gym plays Hearthstone, and he was complaining about Freeze Mages. Let's see, so we could trade here. I think that's what I want to do.
For the wild.
So turn 4, we'll either be able to swipe, or we'll Haunted Keeper and Fairy Dragon, or we'll Keeper the Grove. Interesting. So we could Keeper the Grove and trade, or we could Haunted Creeper and Fairy Dragon.
What to do?
Odds are, you know what? I'm gonna get more board presence down. I should have put the fairy dragon in the middle so they couldn't Cone of Colds. Yeah, I could have keepered it. I don't think it's gonna get out of hand. I've still got Swipe, but I still have Keeper the Grove if I need to. Yeah, see, I figured he would trade with the fairy dragon. So, that's why I wasn't worried about it, honestly. And now we can... I could silence the Acolyte of Pain. I could fairy Druid of the Claw. You know what? I just like Druid of the Claw.
Where shall I strike?
If he wants to use 2 mana to draw an extra card, I'll let him. Because that way he's not going to have much on the board with only 3 mana to play. I could have charged, but with this being a more aggro-oriented mage deck, I wanted to get the Taunter out. Let's see, we could go Chillwind, Fairy Dragon. Yeah, I think that's the play. I do want to take out his Azure Drake so he doesn't use a spell power. Now he's gonna probably run his Acolyte of Pain in and Hero Power off my Druid of the Claw. That's fine. I just wanted to take out the Azure Drake so he didn't. This is a freeze aggro, probably. So I need to watch. He's gonna probably try to draw Frostbolts, Ice Lances, etc., and hit me big in the end. Gonna definitely probably Ancient of Lore this turn unless I get something really good. Let's see, Wrath. Well, I could Keeper the Grove and then use my Chillwind Yeti to trade. Yeah, I like that play.
I must safeguard the land. For the wild.
Definitely could have Ancient of Lore there instead. But what I didn't want to have, I'm trying not to give him an ability to freeze me without having a Frostbolt.
Truth is my shield.
Sunwalker. Nah, I wish I had kept that silence now. But I'll have Swipe. Oh, Power of the Wild. Alright. So this gives me some interesting options. I can Wrath, Swipe, Haunted Creeper, then Power of the Wild.
I wonder.
Ooh, Black Knight. Forget that. Change of plans.
None shall.
Yeah.
Feel nature's wrath.
That Black Knight was a good draw. So,
Truth is my shield.
another Sunwalker, jeez. Alright, well this is kind of an easy choice. I really want to use my Panther to empower everything, but... Yeah, this is we'll run the Haunted Creeper in to take out the Divine Shield, then we'll Swipe to clear it.
I'm invincible. Nature's
This
wrath.
may be the biggest Power of the Wild panther in the history of the world. Wonder what he's. Let's see, 4 mana. He could Cone of Cold, Arcane Explosion. He's just drawing cards. So that should be game. Yeah. That's game. I just want to use my Power of the Wild to see the.
I'm invincible.
See all the buffs.
Nature's wrath.
Yeah, that mage was definitely kind of a hybrid. I think it was the aggro freeze deck where they try to draw into really big freeze combos. So something like a Frostbolt, Ice Lance with Bell Power. Something like that. So what do you guys think of this deck? Any questions, thoughts, changes, criticisms, praise?
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
Alright, so Druid Mirror.
protect
If this is a
the
ramp Druid, I can have a
will
tough time
rise
with it.
against you.
I'm gonna keep one Chillwind Yeti. Hoping I draw an Innervate. Ooh, yeah. Well, I gotta get lucky with the draws here, because this is late game. And this is late game. Well,
Job done.
hopefully I draw a Haunted Creeper or a Panther on turn 2. Wrath isn't good.
For the wild.
It's almost like a Miracle Mage deck, that freeze deck, the way it works. This is not a great start against a Druid. Probably gonna have a tough time here. Wow, another Wrath. Jeez.
For the wild.
Well, at least I'll have Chillwind Yeti next turn. Wow.
Well played.
We just keep hero powering
Play.
back and forth. It's kind of silly. So he's definitely a late game Druid. He probably thinks I am too. And, you know, a late game Druid deck against my deck is gonna win at this point, probably. Just because of the 5. Need to get some aggro going here. Alright, we got something at least. Be really nice if I could pull Black Knight, because he's gonna... I need a Keeper of the Grove or Black Knight, because he's gonna start laying down big taunt minions right now. I expect to see a Druid of the Claw.
True North.
Oh, Argent Commander. Alright. It's interesting. Innervate to Wrath, probably. Yeah. It's not a bad trade, though. I'll take a Divine Shield and a Rat and a Wrath for 1 minion. It's not terrible.
For the wild.
So I'm probably gonna draw 2 cards next turn with Ancient of Lore. Ooh. Well, I need to get rid of that Azure Drake so he can't swipe me next turn. Really wish I had drawn Thalnos so I can empower my Wrath here. Well, I can't leave that. I don't want to leave that Azure Drake out. So. Yeah, that worked out alright.
Job's done.
Yeah, I could have used Wrath there. I don't remember. Did I Hero Power instead, or did I run the? I don't remember what I did. I could use Wrath.
Who dares defile?
There you go. This is definitely the big late game Druid deck for sure. Could Black Knight, Hero Power.
None.
I should have saved Black Knight. I should have saved Black Knight there because he's gonna end up playing the big taunt minions at the end. That was not a good play. I should have done that different for sure.
Is my
Honestly, I'm not feeling good about my chances, even though I have 29 health. His deck is much better for this point in the game than my deck is, honestly. Although, if I can break through, I've got my combo. Problem is, I got nothing to break through with. Let's draw some cards and see what we get. That wasn't helpful. So I think, yeah, we'll do this. Hey Rock, welcome to the stream. Now, I'm not going to force Roar yet. I'm going to Power the Wild.
job's done?
Did I have lethal damage and missed it? I might have. I didn't look. With all those minions out, I probably could have Force of Nature and Savage Roar. Was it? You might be right. I might have missed it. So, Force of Nature, Innervate, Power of the Wild. That would have given me 14, 15, 16, 17,
I must
8,
safeguard
19. I don't know if I would have had her or not. Because I would have had to get through his Sunwalker still. It would have been close. I should have looked at it. Now, the question is he going to... Well, that should be game. That's going to be game. He hasn't... Well, I don't know. He's still got a lot of minions he can clear damage with, I guess. I think it's still game, though. Yeah, it's definitely game. I always pause for a second to make sure that I don't do the cards in the wrong
I
order.
succeed.
I actually worked out better than I was expecting, honestly. Wow, rank 6. It's the highest I've been this season. I'm up to level 51 on my Druid. I'm actually level 60 on my, Mage. Doing pretty well, moving on up. So how you been, Rock? I haven't seen you around in a while. Unless you were at the last stream, in which case I have seen you recently. I know no one likes to get hit by the trees. It's kind of a point of honor to try to, if someone gets lethal on you, to concede before they get a chance to do it.
Versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
Alright, so another
Nature
Druid.
will rise against you.
I'm gonna keep the Innervate against the Druid, because I might need to ramp up as well. Plus, I'm going second, which the Innervate's nice for that. Be really nice to draw a Chillwind Yeti, because I can play it on turn 1. No, Fairy Dragon will work. Need something to get out there. Now, if I can get Chill Wind Yeti now, would be good. So definitely the Druid ramp deck again. That's not a helpful card.
For the wild.
Think about this Fairy Dragon, though. He can't Wrath it. And usually these Druid ramp decks, the only early game removal they have is Wrath. They don't usually run Claw. And, you know, he can't do anything to it. So, let's see. We could Wrath, Innervate, Hero Power. I'm gonna do that. The only reason I'm doing it is because I have the Fairy Dragon on the board. Was one off lethal? Interesting.
For the wild.
That may not have been the best play. If I didn't have the Fairy Dragon down, I wouldn't have done that. But I want to get as much damage in on this Druid as I can early. Next turn will probably be Haunted Creeper and Hero Power, unless we draw a Chillwind Yeti. Or a Harvest Golem. Leroy and Wind Fury? Yeah, it's really annoying. I have a tough time against Shamans with this deck, I really do. Wow, swipe. He's probably going to Innervate and Hero Power. No? Yeah, wow. He's really desperate to get rid of that Fairy Dragon. I'm telling you, Fairy Dragons
For the wild.
are still one of my favorite cards. They always have been. Problem is, now he's going to be able to start dropping the taunt minions. Wow, he is forcing him into all kinds of bad plays here. So he's already had to use both swipes. Dang. I needed a better card there. Well, I'm going to save that guy for
For
the
the wild.
Fortunately, I'm going to have a little bit of a pause here, and he's going to get board presence back down, most likely. See, expect a Druid of the Claw here. Well, he must not have one, or he would have played it right off. Chillwind Yeti, perhaps? And Hero Power? I think so. So he chose to draw instead of heal. It's interesting. Hi. Still. A little unlucky on my
For the
cards
wild.
here. Not liking this. I just don't like playing other Druids. It's definitely my toughest opponents with this deck, I would say. That and Miracle Rogues. Miracle Rogues are just stupid.
Where shall I strike?
Let's see. Odds are he's not playing a Black Knight. Let's put the big 12 right out. And he's already used both swipes. So, and a Wrath. So all he's got is one Wrath left. He'll probably put his own Ancient of War out. Be my guess. All scenarios. No, give all his minions +2/+2. Yeah, I know, I have all these 7 drops, eh? Got a little unlucky with the draw there. You know, Cenarius wouldn't be a bad idea for this deck. Considering it is kind of a token deck. That might be a thought. Trade out one of the Ancient Wars for Cenarius. Dang, I wish I had one more mana. Alright, so let's think about this. So, If I silence him, he'll become a 4/6. I think that's what I gotta do.
I must
Just to try to stay alive when he gets hurt. And then swipe out. I mean, if he's got... I mean, he's got Savage Roar or Force of Nature or any of that, I'm gonna be dead. Yeah, I think Cenarius
Where
is
shall I strike?
great. 8, 13, that's lethal.
Well played.
Got kind of unlucky with the draws there in the beginning. Druids are a tough match to play with this deck, but if I had drawn better in the beginning, I would have much better chance. Hey Brett, welcome to the stream. Thanks for watching. Let's see, so what else? New Wing opening tomorrow. I do plan to stream it. I think it's opening tomorrow. Oh, Shaman.
Versus
I haven't played a Shaman yet. It's a Golden Shaman, no less.
I must protect the wild.
So I've never played a Golden Shaman. I'm assuming his totems that come out are golden, I would think. I'm gonna keep the Druid of the Claw since I have Innervate. So we'll coin Power of the Wild, get our 3/2 out. Just got a notification that Korean Law just went live. They must be re-showing something from this morning or this weekend. Might have to watch that a little while. That looks pretty cool. I haven't seen the Golden Shaman. So when you have 500 ranked wins with a class, you become golden. So it's pretty cool. Oh, that looks pretty cool. That Golden Wrath of Air Totem is pretty sweet, I have to say. So I can't really decide when I play Shaman if I'm better off clearing the tokens as I go along,
For the wild.
or just doing damage to the face. The problem is if I don't clear the tokens, they end up getting buffed or bloodlusted. If I do clear the tokens, it slows me down. Totems, not tokens, sorry. It slows me down such that I can't use them. So I could Wrath and trade here to clear the board. I could innervate up to Druid of the Claw with charge and then attack. But odds are... I think the best play is to clear. The question is, do I innervate back up for Power of the Wild to get my 3/2 back down? No. I might regret that. Depends on how large the damage difference is. Yeah, I guess. I just have a tough time figuring Shamans out. I've always had a tough time playing Shamans. I still think that from pre-beta Hearthstone all the way through now, I still think Shamans have been consistently the strongest class. Consistently strong. Not always the strongest class at any given time, but if you ever talk about like the top 3 classes at any point in Hearthstone, I would always put Shaman up there. Because they're so versatile, the mid-range game is so strong. I think Overload is a bit of a broken mechanic, but, you know. It is what it is. Alright, so
For the wild.
board clear here a bit.
Where shall I strike?
Yeah, I guess when Hunter Unleashed the Hounds was popular, Shamans got hurt because having a big board, flooding the board at that point was bad against Unleash, but I don't know. I still think Shamans have just been consistently good from the beginning of Hearthstone to now. So it'd be great if we get really lucky and draw a Haunted Creeper or something next turn. We might do Fairy Dragon and buff with Power of the Wild. Like, hopefully they survive. Awesome. So we got the Force of Nature. So I could Power of the Wild and trade here. We should also buff up my other minions. I could have swiped in hero power. That probably would have... Well, I don't really want to swipe one minion.
For the wild. Job's done.
So we have Force of Nature. We just need to get Savage Roar now. Next turn we'll probably go ahead and draw 2 cards. So hopefully he doesn't have another Lightning Storm. I'm becoming such a big fan of Panther, of Power of the Wild. I keep calling it Panther, but it's Power of the Wild. Ah, Doomhammer. Yeah, but because of the Panther buff, Fairy Dragon, you can't kill Fairy Dragon. So I had the best Harrison Jones ever. I was playing when I had Harrison Jones in my deck. I was playing against a Shaman, and he put Doomhammer, but he didn't use it. Then I used Harrison and Jones and got 8 cards. It was pretty nuts. So next turn we'll have 9/6. We'll have lethal damage if he doesn't clear or something. Because we'll have Force of Nature. Fire Elemental. We still have lethal damage if he doesn't... Yeah. It's Force of Nature. Yeah. So that's 5, 11, Hero Power is 12. That's game.
For the wild.
GG. Alright. Worked out. Wow. That was kind of a stomp. I had 33 health at the end. 30 health and 3 Well, that's true. Force of War would have been 14. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't see it. I just didn't see it in my hand. Getting tired a bit. Oh, yeah, I couldn't do Force Roar, though, because I don't have enough mana. Yeah. I was like, wait a second. I would have definitely seen Force Roar. You had me second-guessing myself there, Hyde. Warlock.
Malfurion versus Gul'dan.
I will almost guarantee it is a aggro lock. You don't really see hand locks anymore. Oh, this is a bad start. This is really bad against aggro. Let's hope we get some better cards. Yeah. Well, the Innervate's nice. Malghost Druid. I've seen some spell damage, excuse me. Druids. That Innervate Harvest Golem combo is one reason I keep Innervate around. It's really nice to deal with this early aggro. And then now we'll Power of the Wild, get a Panther out. Wow, is he really gonna trade with my Golem? He must have a Mortal Coil. It's the only reason you would do that, yeah. Even then, I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, he's gonna flame him. Maybe it was a good idea.
Put this apple on your head.
Why do you call?
Hey, Voidwalker. It'd be really nice if I drew a Wrath here. No, Haunted Creeper's not terrible either. I could coin Hero Power, but that doesn't really do me any good. So, rather save coin so I can get Druid of the Claw down.
The light protects me.
And that was fortunate.
For the crusade!
See if we get lucky again. That's alright. That'll work. Would rather it hit me, but... That's why Haunted Creepers are so nasty.
Where shall I strike?
So, not a terrible spot. Yeah, swipe. I do need... Swipe would be nice.
Dare summon me.
The one thing I'm kind of missing right now is a swipe. But, fortunately...
Where shall I strike?
I didn't pull your top minions. Yeah, swipe is the main card, and if you... But, you know... The reason I added in the Haunted Creepers and the Fairy Dragons was so I wasn't quite so swipe dependent. It'd be really nice to draw a Wrath. I need something to deal with that Scarlet Crusader. That was not the card I needed.
For the wild.
As long as he doesn't kill me this turn, though, I'll have Ancient of Wars up. Yeah, there's other early cards. It buys me time for swipe. I experimented with putting claws in instead, but I just found that the minion presence was a lot better against aggro. Is he gonna kill me? Nope. 3, 4, 8. Close. Unless he has a soul fire. Ah, boo. Oh, that was a little unlucky. He happened to have the perfect card. If I had survived that turn, things might have changed, because I would have had a big damage up, big taunt out, and then I could have healed. But, again, that's how those aggro decks tend to go. A lot of times I'll get down to 10 health or so, and then I'll end up winning the game. Unless I happen to out-aggro them early. Which actually does happen sometimes now with this deck. If I get the Power of the Wild combo off, I can do some pretty good damage early. Hey, another Warlock.
Versus Gul'dan.
Shocking.
Your soul shall be mine.
This is a much better start
I must
to
protect
deal with the Warlock.
wild.
This is a very good start. So turn 1 we won't have anything, but we'll unless I draw Innervate. Turn 2 will Fairy Dragon, turn 3 Harvest Golem, turn 4 Keeper of the Grove, all of which will allow us to deal with early cards pretty effectively. Turn 5 Azure Drake. This is a good start. My cat is saying hello. Yeah, if I had not pinged the Scarlet Crusader, you might be right. Yeah, maybe.